Welcome to episode 1 of the Pokemon Show, where today we're going to be talking about what makes a real Pokemon, but first, I feel like I should explain what the Pokemon Show actually is. Now, I feel like the biggest complaint when it comes to Pokemon content on YouTube is that it's the same thing over and over again, there's pretty much no creativity, and there hasn't been any kind of exciting series going on for a couple of years now. So what I want to do is I want to take my passion, my love of Pokemon, and kind of turn it into a cheesy little segmented show that reminds me of my childhood. And also we can kind of mix everything in one and maybe just kind of turn it into a daily show. I feel like I could maybe make this every day, if not most days. Maybe just have it like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or do some live shows every once in a while. So your feedback is going to be very important for this episode and the very first couple of episodes as well. But I was thinking we can kick it off with the news, then go into the discussion of the day. So that's when you see, what is a real Pokemon? Are these real Pokemon? That's going to be a discussion of the day. Then we need a cheesy, fun little segment so we can hop onto Bulbapedia and then click on a random page and see if it rewards us with knowledge or we get something dumb. But I think that's kind of fun. You sit through like a 20-minute discussion and then at the end of it, it's like, oh, TCG's set card energy 38 or something. I don't know, like just something dumb like that. Then what kind of Pokemon show would it be without a Who's That Pokemon? This one's gonna be a more grown-up edition, maybe a bit more challenging, so we're gonna see how that goes. Then gameplay. So the idea is we're just going to kind of take all the Pokemon content, wrap it up into one show, and hopefully people enjoy it. So we'll do news, we'll do a discussion, like a trivia video, or maybe a little mini top 10, top 5 sometimes, and then we'll finish it off with a Let's Play, and then after all that, we can go into a Q&A. So you have to leave your questions down below. It also can kind of be anything. It can be something maybe a little personal about me, maybe some feedback, maybe some criticism, or also you can just kind of ask any random question about Pokemon. Maybe it'll turn into the next discussion of the day. And I feel like what would also be cool is like during the live streams, this might be the most fire part of the show. So if we do a live show, live Q&A, that'd be pretty sick. So yeah, just imagine like any kind of question you want to ask. Hopefully that kind of goes and ties everything together. But now, after that kind of long explanation about what the show is, let's go into the first segment with the news. I almost thought about, let's get right into the news. But there is none, because Pokemon doesn't really have too much going on, so it's got like reading the Pokemon Twitter, keeping up with any Pokemon updates. What they did was they live tweeted about the new Pokemon episode, because the new season is airing on Disney XD, and then they finished it off with the Eevee short. That's kind of all we got right now, so yeah. Other than that, when it comes to other things that have been covered on the channel, we already know that the Drifblim was revealed as the Raichu and Alolan Raichu tag team. There's also another blur, which kind of looks like Raichu and Alolan Raichu on another TCG card, and then everything is coming together. But on that, we're just kind of waiting until the new Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer. There's some community events going on Pokemon Go. If you want me to cover those, maybe. I don't play Pokemon Go, so I'm not as active for the updates and stuff. But yeah, very, very short news segment today, which means we can now go into today's topic, are these real Pokemon? And this is inspired from the disputed Pokemon section on Bulba Garden, because yeah, one interesting to think about is like there's a lot of quote-unquote Pokemon, but they aren't acknowledged in the decks. They aren't acknowledged as Pokemon, so can we count them as Pokemon? There's actually some pretty interesting ones that we can talk about. The Substitute Doll. It is some kind of creature that's representing Pokemon. It's also like that statue figure that you see just kind of everywhere in that costume that the Fanatic wears in like Pokemon Soul Silver and stuff. Also, another thing is, if I trip up, depending on how severe it is, I might just keep it in the video because it's a live show in a way. I want to record all of this, so like 45 minutes, one take Pokemon show. It's a challenge, but let's see if we can actually get that through, Shelter's Gastropod evolutions. That's actually another thing that people have considered, because like if you go into some of the other beta concepts, that this thing was actually considered its own Pokemon when it came to like the creatures manga and the early ideas of Pokemon, that it was drawn individually and almost got its own identification, but instead it just becomes a part of Slowbro. And the weird thing is, if you go, I don't remember which one it is. I should do more research before I go into these videos, but I think that's what makes it live. That's what makes it real. I feel like there's something where it says if it goes, yeah, it becomes a Slowpoke again. Lives lazily by the sea, the shelter on its tail comes off, it becomes a Slowpoke again. What? That's so weird. So like, does that mean that just kind of straight reverts back into a shelter? Or does it just stay like that? And there's a couple of these things rolling around. And also, how or why would it come off and then it just kind of stays with Slowbro's like evolution into Mega Evolution, gets a different change with Slowking? This thing is pretty crazy. What does Shelter's Pokedex have to say about that? He does, Shell can withstand any attack, harder than Diamond, something like that. Doesn't really say too much about Slowbro or Slowpoke. But see, that's your fun little crazy thing for the day. It's like, so yeah, does that thing count as its own Pokemon? Will we ever see it get official acknowledgement like that? Who knows? Baby Kangaskhan is also a really interesting one because, yeah, it did exist before breeding existed in Pokemon and before baby Pokemon existed. It didn't get its own baby classification in Generation 2, and then it also fights alongside Kangaskhan with Mega Kangaskhan. Like, Kangaskhan's like whipping it out, and then this thing's ready to fight, and it actually does a reasonable amount of damage until it got nerfed. Like, that baby was so strong, doing half of Kangaskhan's damage, now it's only allowed to do a quarter. And then the original Legendary Beast. I did a video about this when this actually came out from the Pokemon Generations episode. Find it in the description down below if I remember to link it, where I talk about like what were the original Legendary Beasts, because these were creatures that appear to be Pokemon that lived in the Pokemon world. They got burned up in the fire and then eventually reincarnated, but they are definitely different than Entei, Raikou, and Suicune because we have legendary magical ash that brought them back to life, but nothing else. Okay, Ho-Oh's powers are crazy, and they can make just Pokemon that used to exist transform completely. Now, this is actually a really interesting one that I didn't know about. Unnamed dead Pokemon. So, actually acknowledging just a straight-up dead Pokemon. According to interviews with Ken Sugimori, the bones that Volibee and Mandibuzz wear are those of other Pokemon. However, it's not stated which Pokemon they are from, and from the skeletal systems of the majority of Pokemon have yet to be revealed, it's unknown if they're meant to be a specific Pokemon or a new Pokemon. Volibee wears a diaper similar to a human skull. I never noticed that. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. May indicate that the bones are from a Pokemon in the human-like egg group. Yeah, if you flip it over, that looks like a noose and like the little skeleton teeth thing. And then that actually seems like a pretty crazy jaw of something while also having just a bone. So, that'd be pretty cool if like there was actually a rivalry introduced. Like that's where Gen 5 dropped the ball right there. They could have just had like a straight-up rivalry where it's like, that's the Pokemon. You could see a bit of its structure. You could at least make out like, hey, that seems like the skull it would have. And then that's what happens there. Oh, we also have, you know, the original Reshiram, Zekrom, the origin dragon. You know, Zekrom, Reshiram, told in Legends they were a single powerful dragon Pokemon used by twin heroes in order to create the Unova region. So there's that original Genesect. So, I mean, we could go about this for a while, but I think it's like one of those things like, is this a real Pokemon? Are these real Pokemon? They exist in the Pokemon world. They had some kind of representation. This one is one of my favorite, though. Venusaur. Dude, that is, I'm trying to make sure I get this right, but I will say, the Ghost of Maiden's Peak is my favorite Pokemon episode from the original Pokemon anime series. Like, or at least like the season 1. Dude, when Ghastly was like, I'll just take the evolution forms and make Venusaur. Now, technically those were illusions, so it's hard to see if that's like real, but it does kind of bring in like crossbreeding and stuff like that. It's like, why isn't there actually like real crossbreeding or anything like that to where if you breed 2 specific Pokemon, you get better traits or maybe like some kind of enhanced version, and not just for like 1 or 2 species, but like multiple of them, and then really make things kind of wild or merge stats in some kind of way when it comes to breeding. But I mean, Venusaur, that's actually like hilariously well done just for a random gag in a Pokemon episode or something. Unnamed Bear. So much like the Substitute Ball, there's just things that are around that have existed in the Pokemon world, and it seems like, you know, much like how there's just tons of regular creatures and animals running around Pokemon, they all are represented as Pokemon, things you can catch, and then they become your pocket monster. Super Secret. This creature made its solo appearance in Super Secret. It seems to be a giant yellow spider with 4 red compound eyes, 2 antennae on its head, mouth, 4 large fangs. Thorax is 8 long... Wait, what? Its thorax has 8 long brown legs. Abdomen is much larger. Yeah, due to its rather early appearance in Johto series and anime, it's unlikely to have been intended to be in the games. Can be considered an anime exclusive creature. That's something to think about. That's kind of weird. An anime exclusive Pokemon that didn't have anything else. Is this another like beta / scrapped Pokemon concept that they kind of threw in as a little Easter egg in their show? Or maybe that was like, I don't know. That's actually something pretty crazy to think about, because it's definitely not Ariados, but we already had a spider Pokemon introduced in Generation 2. That's something. Unnamed Fish. So we have like a Coelacanth, being brought in. But I mean, what if that is just kind of Relicanth in its own? This is only representation in the anime, albeit in statue form, the aquatic life that Kabutops is said to have feasted on in most Pokedex entries since Pokemon Red and Blue. Kabutops and the fish it appeared in concept. Wait, is this a specific fish? Is this actually like, because I mean, if you think about it, the Coelacanth is around forever, same with Relicanth. I believe Relicanth's Pokedex entry was like, it's thought to have been extinct and it's millions and millions of years old. Slices prey with sharp sickles, body fluids. I don't know. Underwater hunt for prey in ancient times. Pokemon was apparently evolving from being a water dweller living on land. Its beginnings changed. It got gills and legs. Came onto land because the prey adapted to life on land. So, yeah. I think that's actually maybe because... Wait, okay, Fossil Fools. So that seems like an early episode. Episode 163. I wonder if that's like a very early adaptation of Coelacanth? Or, not Coelacanth, Relicanth. Oh my god. Relicanth, yeah, that Pokemon. I wonder if maybe they didn't know what Relicanth would be like, but they had an idea of what Relicanth would be, and then that's just kind of like, it's a statue. Or is that a fossil? It's a statue. Okay, I was like reading it. It's a statue form. So, I mean, if there was an actual fossil of this, which appears to be in the corner right there, but I mean, if there was an actual fossil of this, then that means we could maybe determine what Pokemon is, but that's a statue. Some artist made that, and they don't know what a Relicanth looks like because it hasn't been discovered yet. So the discovery of Relicanth happening shortly after this episode changes Pokemon history and interpretation. Ha, see, we solved it. Legendary water Pokemon, the Mega Gyarados. People don't know if, like, that's an Easter egg that... or they, like, intentionally represented that from an earlier Pokemon episode. But yeah, that seems pretty uncanny. Unidentified Unknown. Oh, man, the third movie made me mad as a kid. Made me super mad as a kid because I saw these and I'm like, those are unknown we haven't seen. Unnamed Sun. Unnamed Fairy. But ended up becoming what looks to be Butterfree. Or at least having Butterfree's wings. I don't think that Fairy would be a Pokemon. That just seems like some kind of thing. And then this is actually really interesting. Unknown Cat Creature. What in the world are you doing here? Huh. Alrighty then. So, yeah, I think that's actually just kind of represent the statues at the beginning of Pokemon gyms, but that looks different from the other gyms and Pokemon representations that we've seen. So, yeah. How do you guys feel about that one? Oh, yeah, the abomination in the Pokemon Adventures manga of all these, like, weird fusions and stuff that happen. What in the world? This unknown bug-type Pokemon was captured in Red in the Battle of Viridian Forest. It was the second Pokemon after Clefairy. On the fact it's a bug-type, the only other known thing about it is that it's supposedly very weak. So, random bug from the Clefairy official manga thing, kind of. Three-eyed Persian. Yo, that's some beta, proto, Brock's Pokemon. Okay, yeah. What? Why aren't people talking about this when it comes to beta Pokemon designs? Like... That's been, well, not that one. That's been a big talk recently because of the Pokemon Space World demo. But I mean, that's something else that's just been around for a long time. That actually might need its own video separate from the Pokemon show. And that's kind of the idea, you know, if I, like the idea of the Pokemon shows, instead of doing my news video and then a random discussion, we can kind of all tie it together and make it a bit more fun and interesting. But if there's like a serious topic, it'll still be on its own. So it's like regular content will exist, but instead of just kind of, you know, throwing out a video, it'll be more produced in this show kind of way, hopefully, and then it makes a bit more sense. So, I mean, like, yeah, we've got this. Like, this has been known for a while. These Pokemon have been going around because, like, the art just kind of happens, and then the Pokemon are forgotten forever, and then no one else really brings it up ever again from Game Freak. And then we got some, like, lost files and old Capsulemon stuff going on and very early designs. There's also, like, interviews and stuff going on with this. I mean, like, you know... like some of these, they turn out to be like repurposed Pokemon. They get redesigned. Some of them are just never seen again. But the idea is like, did they exist as Pokemon? Are they ever considered Pokemon? Will we ever see them again? Going back to the Space World demo, there's some like pretty cool and crazy stuff. You know, we had like Proto Leafeon in the bottom right. And it happened a couple generations later. So a lot of these designs, you know, they eventually got scrapped. But at the same time, like, you can't take one of these and then put them on a shirt or make merchandise about it. Pretty sure Game Freak would not be happy about you using an even scrapped concept art of it. So they're real in their own way, but I wish they would get a bit more acknowledgement, you know? What do you guys think about the real, fake, proto scrapped early Pokemon design things. Like I think this is actually more interesting than anything about the beta Pokemon, and definitely needs to be looked into a bit more. But now it's time for the random Bulbapedia page. Let's hit it. And Giovanni. All right, we didn't get screwed over. Cool. I feel like we kind of did, though. Like, I think Giovanni is a cool character, really awesome, like, really best represented in Pokemon Generations and also Pokemon Origins. On that, he's just kind of, like, in the anime, just been a side background character. Also having, like, new life brought in with Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So I guess when it comes to the random page, it could either be new trivia thing I didn't learn, my thoughts on a character or something that happens in. Like, Giovanni's big and complex, has been around forever. Like, what else is there to say about Giovanni? He's kind of well understood at this point. The flashback with Silver and Pokemon Generations, I think that's cool. When you watch Pokemon Generations, you also like re-understand the story. Like as a kid, you know, it's hard to kind of make sense of everything. It's like, oh, he's just the bad guy, but it's actually a lot more complex than that when he's like a Yakuza boss that's doing all kinds of illegal stuff. You know, there's Pokemon murder with like how Team Rocket goes out and kills the Marowak. There's gambling. There's illegal Pokemon trade, which I guess is made a bit well known right here, but I mean that's all from the front of Team Rocket, so some pretty cool stuff. Given, Woobat, Yamask, Frillish, Amoonguss. When did that happen? Wait a sec. Controlled legendary Pokemon. Oh my goodness, I need to keep up with the Pokemon anime a bit more. Wow, Electric Tail Pikachu manga. Dude, look at Giovanni right there. Alright. Yep, that was our random page. We got to talk about Giovanni for a little bit. But now, that means it's time for Who's That Pokemon? And the first hint is going to be, isn't it strange? I don't really know what to do. Like, how much time do I give you guys until the next one? I think the Jeopardy theme is probably copyrighted. So, yeah, isn't it strange is going to be the first one. And I guess you can consider this a starter episode for my series. Can't piece that one together? Here's its outline. And that's right, it's Bulbasaur. So Bulbasaur's name in Japanese literally means, isn't it strange? But it's also a play on strange bulb. So it's our pun for strange bulb. After that, starter episode. This is episode 1. So I thought, what better Who's That Pokemon than Pokemon #1 in the National Pokedex? So starter Pokemon, starter episode, episode 1, starter episode. And did you guys get it? Did you guys get it? Yeah, so there we go, guys. It's Bulbasaur. And now that means it is time to play a Pokemon game. Who's that Pokemon game that we're playing today? I'm thinking, let's go with Pokemon. Let's go Pikachu, and Pokemon, let's go Eevee. Haven't played it in a while, and that means we can kind of bring everything together and do an online Pokemon battle. I don't remember my team, but I think that's just going to make it even more fun. I didn't try like script a super awesome team. We're just going to go and do a little bit of battle, which would also be great during live. You know, definitely if this is going to be a live episode, do like a quick battle for Pokemon Let's Go, or maybe like kick it back to an older Pokemon game. I still have a team in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But I mean, this is cool. And it doesn't have to be just Pokemon Let's Go or Pokemon Sun and Moon or a main series Pokemon game. I've got Pokemon Snap. I've got my Nintendo 64 around here somewhere. Dude, would you guys want to see me tear it up in Puzzle League for a couple minutes? Yeah. See, we can have some fun with this. All right. So now, see, this is what I mean. Like, if you wanted a Pokemon battle, you got it. If you wanted this, oh yeah, that team. I think this had the wrong Parasect, so let's not bring that. And then this was my failed Pokemon team because I wanted Kingler to work so bad, but just didn't. Oh, they've got Mew Mewtwo, and they've got level 100s. Oh, never mind. Okay, so you have the idea. I'm going to pause the recording, and then I'm going to go back when we have a real battle. Oh, hell no! I guess we don't get a G rating on this show anymore. See, everyone gets mad at me when I'm just like, oh, hacking bad, cheaters need to stop and all this stuff. But dude, a majority of people that are playing Pokemon, especially Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's like 90% cheaters. See, this guy even knew. Like, I don't play those kinds of games. And anyone that's going to be bringing a full team of level 100s with the legendary Pokemon, they're very likely to be hacking. So there we go. Let's go and try that one again. Let me set the rules. Give me those flat rules, man. Even though, ironically, a lot of my Pokemon are level 100 because I hyper-trained I've hyper-trained most of I got all my Pokemon level 100, and now I get to hyper-train them when I just kind of search for a gold bottle cap every day. Okay, so I wonder if what I said stuck. I said like all Pikachus are just kind of like the anything goes format for losers, but then we can go into the all Eevees for someone that wants a serious flat battle, right? Do people follow the rules? Also, guys, look at that. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is still alive and well. These battles are being searched fast. Bet you can't even find a ranked battle in Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon right now. So there we go. Now we can get into it. This team is hopefully going to do something. Like, I thought, yo, we can get, like, just a sweet setup on the Kingler. It's going to be good. But Kingler just has way too low stats. Can't save it. Game Freak, please buff this Pokemon. Also, communication is taking a while, so I'll just get into the battle. There we go. A real Pokemon battle. And man, that team actually looks pretty scary. Wish I wasn't bringing a Kingler for this one. Oh, Kingler actually is very disadvantaged by the Venusaur, but that's kind of it. And maybe the Starmie. And probably everything else because Kingler's pretty weak. Now I'm just overly worried about my Kingler. But I mean, yeah, so Aerodactyl, Alakazam. If that's Bear Alakazam, we'll probably lose anyways. But I wasn't taking this battle seriously because I wasn't building my team. I've been trying the lead Porygon. Let's try that out and see if we get anything with it. And then the rest of the team just kind of does its thing. We got Mega Gengar in the pocket. Tank Golbat. I think that Golbat was like working for a bit. I know the Articuno was nasty. I had to stop using Articuno. It was winning me too many battles. And yeah, I miss having Dugtrio. Dugtrio for like that instant, you know, just fissure KO if I needed it. That happens sometimes. That'd be pretty cool. But let's see what's going to happen with this first Pokemon Let's Go battle I've had in quite a while. Yeah, when it comes to like, you know, the no restrictions, max candy Pokemon, it's like, man, these guys are silly. And this guy might be hacking as well. Isn't that great? Man, we cannot have Pokemon Bank for Generation 8, and Game Freak really needs to take the game seriously. Alright, so I've got barrier setups, potentially. I've got Thunder Wave. Let's just go get that Thunder Wave out there. Sleep Powder. Unlucky. Why is it that, like, I feel like 90% of Sleep Powders have landed against me? That's not how odds work. So maybe we'll wake up and we'll be able to bring this one back, because I get the Thunder Wave, and then I outspeed, which is definitely what we need. And then we recover, and then he gets paralyzed. Yeah. Sludge Bomb? Alright. Can Porygon tank? Please don't take too much damage. Alright. Porygon took too much damage. Wow. So Game Freak decides to nerf Thunder Wave to have a 90% chance, or 90% accuracy. And then they do that to me. And Porygon just, I wish it was tankier. It takes too much damage. That's unlucky. Wow. We're back, boys. Whenever I have one of these absences, Game Freak makes sure that I do not feel unwelcome for a second. I go into the Gengar. He has the Muck. So that's annoying. Actually, I don't really have a way of getting through that Muck, do I? Kingler's weak. Victreebel is kind of a beast, but can't really get enough done, honestly. Yeah, I don't really have too much for the Venusaur. And then Venusaur being supported by the Muck is really strong. So let's bring out Golbat. Let's make his life hard. With my Confuse Ray Wing Attack strats. I had to take off, I don't even remember what my other move was. I put in Wing Attack so I could at least have some kind of damage against Pokemon like Venusaur exclusively, or other poison type Pokemon. Need to do something to them, you know? Also, Golbat's fast. So if he hits himself in confusion, then I get that Wing Attack in for free. Yeah, Golbat, do it! Be a beast! You have it in you. I believe. Nice. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I believe. Have faith. Yeah, like, I forget, man, what was that other cheesy last move? I think it was Defog or Haze. I took off Haze because I think we need that damaging option in situations like this. Wing Attack isn't that crazy, but if I can't Toxic Stall, like, look at that, we're almost two-shot on the Venusaur. Hit yourself in confusion? Oh, I snapped out. What? What? Maybe you snap out of confusion instantly. Only had one chance and didn't get it. That's dumb. Well, now we get to see if Venusaur can damage us for any meaningful amount. Probably just going to go and switch into his Alakazam and then, like, beast me. Huh. Yeah, Venusaur's just really good because that Sludge Bomb, you can't really bring in a grass-type Pokemon to ignore that sleep powder. What's going on? And also, I think another cool thing about Pokemon Let's Go battles is that the match time is 20 minutes. It's like 5 minutes like pre-commentary and then 20-minute battle max. Puts us here. Starmie. Okay. Once again, full shiny team. Unfortunately, with live battles, we can't do anything about that. Oh well. Yeah, like, it's like, do I have a chance to wake up and probably die anyways? I can use Kingler as fodder to then go into the Gengar for Mega, but once again, we can't really do too much. Electrode. What is this Electrode? Light Screen Reflect Electrode with my Thunderbolt. Alright. And then we also have the Mirror Coat shenanigans. Oh, that's too many mind games. I don't want to think today. Yeah, we're just going to go into this because I was thinking like, alright, we have Amnesia Harden on the Kingler. We can stay alive forever. But no, its special defense is too low. Like, I could go +6 on the Amnesia and still get like 2 or 3 shot by something. See? Kingler's not good. Special defense drop doesn't help my life at all. I don't know. Maybe they do something weird and Guillotine comes through. But they have no reason to do anything weird. Guillotine won't come through. Alright. So that puts us in an interesting position with the Electrode. Do we just Mirror Coat them? Because I mean, do I one-shot them is the question. Like, there's a lot of weirdness that's going on right here because if we look at the team, actually Electrode does pretty good against a lot of that team. Like, I at least hurt them for something. I don't remember the damage calcs on Thunderbolt KOing Starmie, but I think it doesn't. And then we can put up, like, if we put up Light Screen, that makes it harder on the Mirror Coat. If we just straight Mirror Coat them, then that means that's a KO and we didn't have one. Or we just throw out damage. That way, if they switch, that we just hurt them. Just see what the Thunderbolt does. All right. Could have been a free Light Screen or whatever. There's this Venusaur. That too. But that means we can get Light Screen, depending on how much damage this does. Could Mirror Coat. No, he wants a Sleep Powder. Alright. Well, I mean, since his game is that predictable, I didn't, like, want to bring in the Victreebel against it. But, I mean, if we eat up the Sleep Powder, use the Swords Dance. Are we? I think we get 2-shot by him, though. Oh, an Earthquake. Well, I mean, that's not terrible. So one time he doesn't Sleep Powder. Also, I would have never predicted that. Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, takes out the Venusaur. Then we get outsped and, like, insta-gibbed. We can Leech Life for a solid amount of damage. Let's do that. I want to know how much I take on a Sludge Bomb as well. Dude, please switch into Alakazam. That'd be, like, sick. Yeah, he's probably going to go into Aerodactyl, though. Aerodactyl has just as much hate against me. Starmie? Why would you go into Starmie? I mean, Starmie is effectively like him going into Alakazam, which I'm down with. Boom. Give me all my health back. Not enough to KO. Little unfortunate right there. But I'm confident he will not expect the Sucker Punch. Man, if he didn't have the Alakazam, I'd feel a little better. Because, like, if he didn't have Alakazam or Aerodactyl, I don't even think outspeed Arcanine. Never mind. Like, if he didn't have only Pokemon that are strong against me, I would like to set up a Swords Dance and then do things. But I don't think we're there. Also, I think we still die to a super effective Psychic. But we got that. We got that little hit. We're not getting 6-0'd, guys. All thanks to Victreebel, which is a strong Pokemon. And he's a hacker anyway, so it doesn't matter. People could be like, but you can do it in this game. Like, no one's going to go for a full team like this. And especially a starter Pokemon. Getting shiny Bulbasaur is hard. Getting shiny Staryu is hard. Because, like, Staryu is very low spawn. Venusaur's still in play. So I think we should... But, I mean, what am I going to switch into and just, like, die? Electrode... It's kind of good against the Aerodactyl. Victreebel can't really do anything. Power Whip is more damage than a Sucker Punch. So I guess we just like hit him. Flare Blitz. Alright, well, at least with that. I didn't know if he was just going to go for like the big damage and we might survive like a flamethrower or something. But at least with that, like Sucker Punch would have also like tagged in a little bit more. He took health, which is good. So that means we can bring in our Gengar. And then, or Golbat. And then we hope we just wake up into a roost. Let's try that out. We got our one, I think we got our one move before I switched. As he switched. So there's a chance we can wake up. Yeah, I think that guy's team is very well calculated because Arcanine deals with Venusaur well. Venusaur has kind of like I think, is Venusaur kind of his core? You know, it's like Venusaur's core has a couple of switches around to mitigate Venusaur's weaknesses, and then just everything else is kind of nasty. Come on. Golbat's a good Pokemon too. I want my Golbat to do something. We go into Electrode, and we just spam Thunderbolts. Because then he's going to take enough damage on recoil to where he'll just die. And hopefully, Golbat's a fast Pokemon. So hopefully Golbat wakes up at some point. Flare Blitz. Yeah, we survive. Arcanine hopefully is in Thunderbolt KO range. It's kind of beefy, but the stats aren't super insane. So giving up the Arcanine right now. Arcanine actually put in work against my team. And the thing is, I have the Mega Gengar, but he has the Mega Alakazam, so he just beats me. I think that's why I saved his Mega Alakazam. That's the ultimate cleanup, and it's also bye to my Gengar. It's not like I have Mega Kangaskhan where I could just like pull some shenanigans. Alright, withdrawing the I don't know why he's preserving the Arcanine for Venusaur. Wait a second. How does Arcanine outspeed my whatchamacallit? Oh good, we got paralysis in. Do I set up something? Like, took 100 damage. So I mean if I got a reflect, there's technically a chance. If I have light screen reflect up to wake up Golbat and to keep Gengar alive. I think we want a light screen, go into Mega Gengar. That keeps his Alakazam off me for a second, and then we still lose. Yes, that is the plan. Also, I'm just kind of hoping he gets paralyzed so I can get a reflect in case he wants to bring in the Aerodactyl. I don't get the Earthquake, but okay if he wants to do it. So see, we got our light screen. Oh, maybe he outsped me because I don't have Speedy Nature on my whatchamacallit. Alright, now it's time for Gengar. There's my sweet Pokemon. This is where we're supposed to win as he goes into Muck. So I probably should have put up a Reflect or something because that's where the game gets interesting. He's probably just going to die. So let's do something interesting here. Will-O-Wisp. Switching into Muck and then going into the Will-O-Wisp was my plan. Because he's just dead. But obviously, that's not what happened. Which is dumb. Alright, so I can just kind of finish him off with anything. Which means we throw down the Shadow Ball. So he's committed to his Venusaur going down. Which isn't how he's played at all this game. Anytime one of his Pokemon was in threat, he switched. I wasted a turn of Light Screen, which is great. There's his Alakazam, so I guess that was his play. Another hacked Pokemon. And Shadow Ball. Maybe for my welcome back episode, I shouldn't have played like a 4v6 because Porygon in the crab Pokemon. There's Psychic behind Light Screen. Hey, look at that. The plan worked. Hey, look at that. Keeping it close. Now it's just a full Aerodactyl. Man, if only I wasn't put to sleep so much with my Golbat. Like, all he had to do was hit himself in confusion, wing attack, full health Golbat with all this stuff going on. Would have been a lot more interesting. If we burn Muck, and then Muck can't one-shot the Golbat, and then I wake up into a Roost, I don't think Golbat beats Aerodactyl. Unless I get some really crazy shenanigans. There we go. And then Arcanine's low, which is kind of interesting. Like, Golbat could technically have the craziest chance ever, which actually shows this battle once again. Like, if I had Porygon, or if I had anything but Porygon and Kingler, it could actually have been a lot closer. It's actually still really close right now. He's burned, so he's taking damage. I need to wake up right now. Aw, that's unlucky. But he's burned. Do I get like a second chance? Oh, he has an Ice Punch though. Oh, Golbat's tanky. Roost, please. Roost, let's go. Make an account. And now, because I'm grounded, Ice Punch does less damage. Unless he has Earthquake, in which case he does more damage. But I needed to heal. Haha. If I get frozen after this, like, we gotta remember. Yep. I said we gotta remember what happened to Porygon earlier. And then this. Very unlucky game. A lot of sleep. Very unlucky game. Aerodactyl? Arcanine. He wants to finish it with the Arcanine? Really? That's not... why can't I wake up and Roost? If I woke up and Roost, I would have been fine. This is the unluckiest battle ever. Flare Blitz, miss! Something needs to happen. Does it thaw me before I die, or do I straight die? Nah, I just straight die. Cool. Yay! Well, that was our Let's Play segment of the Pokemon show. That was actually really close, because Muck was effectively useless with the burn. I could have taken him out with the Golbat. Arcanine was free if I wasn't frozen, and then Aerodactyl's kind of a problem, but I mean, a 5-4-6 is not terrible. There we go, guys. All right, and then we would have a Q&A segment, but I don't really have too many Qs at this time, and I don't really know what to say except for asking for feedback and giving my thoughts on the thoughts of the show. So like I said, I think a live would be a pretty cool thing to do, and just like some other things that could come up, any ideas. Like, I just want to have multiple segments to make the show a bit more interesting. So I feel like, who's that Pokemon? Gotta have it. Random page. Maybe there's something more interesting going on with that. People want Pokemon battles, so we can throw those in for those who want it. Also, it might just be a reason to watch something and not be like super invested. It's like, whatever on the Let's Play. I don't care about Pokemon Stadium. Maybe this show will get you to care about whatever else is being shown. And I'm just going to do one quick, and like, yeah, that'd be another thing. Like, we don't even have to do a battle every time. I could just do a couple of resets till I get a bottle cap, even though I could make the episode like 10 years long. And also, I could go to the Cerulean Cave, grab my items. I mean, you could do dailies. I could maybe find something to do, like an SOS. Like, maybe we could do a shiny hunt for like a super long episode, if that's happening. And if it was a shiny hunt, it wouldn't even be oh my god. Huh. That's why we do it, boys. Only here. Only live. If you made it to the end of the video, you are a legend. Where's the other one? That's like actually more buried in this. Wait, I haven't done. There we go. It's like I haven't done this in a while. And then we go to Cerulean Cave and then find a Master Ball next episode. There's all kinds of fun stuff that I got. But we got our gold bottle cap, which means now we have the ability of getting another competitive Pokemon to add next time. And then we could do like shiny hunts for an extra long episode. There wouldn't be a discussion. It would just be Pokemon Show episode 23. We're shiny hunting and that's it. We could do chain fishing in Pokemon X and Y. We can keep that under an hour. So there you go, guys. Hope you all enjoy the Pokemon Show. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.